Hi, welcome to another yoga video with me. My name is Karoline, and today's vinyasa flow is going to focus on opening up the hips and lengthening the hamstrings. So let's get started. All right, so starting in Shavasana, corpse pose. Letting your feet fall open. Your legs are running alongside the long part of your mat. Palms are facing up. Welcoming energy in today's practice. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose, pausing at the top. Exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Again, deep inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. Maintain that ujjayi breath, the oceanic sounding breath, for the remainder of the class as we move and flow from pose to pose. Always remember to breathe. Beautiful. Now bring the soles of your feet together in seated butterfly here. Just a gentle way of warming up the hips. You can rest your hands on your thighs if you'd like. Letting the knees fall towards the mat. Now grab your knees with your hands, bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees. Letting that left leg down on the mat, drawing that right leg in. And gently rocking that right knee from side to side. Open up that hip. Letting the right leg go, bringing the left knee in, hugging your left knee in towards your chest. Again, rocking side to side if you'd like. Gentle rocking here. Now bringing the right knee into your chest and slowly rock back side to side with both knees in. Rolling over to your right side, lifting yourself up with your left hand. Coming up into seated. Bringing your right hand over your left temple, stretching your left side of your neck. Back to center, left hand to your right temple, stretching the right side of your neck. Back to center, gaze down towards your chest. You can stay here or you can rest your hands gently on the back of your head, stretching the back of your neck. Coming back up, hands in front of you, coming into tabletop. And coming into downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs here. Straightening the right, bending the left. Bending the right, stretching the left here. Deep bend in the knees as you gaze forward and step to the top of your mat. Toes are touching, heels are slightly apart. And folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. And sweep the arms up overhead into extended mountain pose and then hands to heart. Coming into sun salutation B. And remember, you can take any chaturanga variation that you would like. Inhale, sweeping the arms up as you send the pelvis back and down. Toes are lifted. into chair pose. Exhale, swan diving forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down to the mat. Lower yourself down to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through into runner's lunge. High on those back toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine, making sure the front knee is in line with the front ankle. And exhale as you bring that back foot in slightly at a 45-degree angle. As you inhale, lift those arms up overhead into warrior one. Pressing into the back edge of that back foot. Exhale, hands to mat. Stepping back into plank, once again taking your chaturanga either on your knees or lowering down into a hover. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through into runner's lunge. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step that back foot in slightly at a 45-degree angle. So pointing to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, sweeping those arms up into warrior two. Really pressing into the back edge of that back foot. Left knee is in line with the left ankle. Exhale, plant your palms on the mat. Stepping back into plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through into runner's lunge. Drop that left knee. Inhale as you sweep up, low lunge, keeping those toes tucked, left toes tucked. Bring your left arm down, reaching that right arm up to the sky. Either gazing down at your mat if you've got any sort of neck pain, or gazing up towards the sky. If this is too much for your shoulder, you can go ahead and rest your hand on your right hip and gaze up or down. Beautiful. Hands lifting up that back leg, pivoting that back foot so it's parallel with the back edge of your mat. Front heels in line with the back arch. And windmill your arms up. Rotate again so you don't have to look at my butt. Windmill your arms up and coming into warrior two. Making sure you're really pressing into the back edge of that back foot. Inhale, flip the front palm up, sending it overhead into exalted warrior. Stretching out that right side body, making sure the left hand is floating above the left leg. And exhale, coming back into warrior two. Straighten that right leg, draw that left hip behind you, hinge at the hips. Reach forward as much as you can, coming down into triangle pose. Once again, you can rest your hand on your thigh, your ankle, a block, or the mat. Inhale back into warrior two. Exhale, bending at the knee. Exhale, surrender. Hands to mat. Pivot that back foot so it's facing the front. Inhale, coming into high crescent lunge. Getting a nice stretch in the hip flexors here. Exhale, hands to mat. Stepping back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale as you bring your knee in, sweeping it to the left elbow, then to the right, and then dropping it down onto your mat. So that front shin is at a 45-degree angle. Both toes are pointed. Back knee is pointing down to the mat. Now, if pigeon is a little too intense for you, you can come into deer. Both legs are making a 90-degree angle shape, like this. And so you can rest your hands in the front, or you can walk your hands out, whatever you're comfortable with. So coming into pigeon pose. Once again, Left knee and feet are pressed into the mat. Front shin at a 45. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, coming down to the mat. Surrender. Inhale, walk your hands up. Tuck those back toes. Send your hips back, sits bones back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through into runner's lunge. Drop that right knee. Inhale, bring those arms up into low lunge, keeping those back toes tucked. Bringing that right arm down to the ground, left arm up to the sky. Once again, if this is too much, you can go ahead and rest your left hand on your left hip. Bring your hand down to your mat, lifting up that right knee, pivot that back foot so it's parallel with the back edge of your mat. Windmill those arms up into warrior two. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen. Inhale as you straighten the left leg, hinging the right hip behind you. Reach as far as you can. And resting that left hand down to the mat, right arm up to the sky, triangle pose. Again, feel free to gaze down at the mat if you have any sort of neck pain. Inhale, windmill those arms back up into warrior two. Flip that front palm up and sending it overhead into exalted warrior. Coming back into warrior two. Bring your hands down to the mat, pivot that back foot so it's facing the front of your mat. Inhale, bring those arms up into high crescent lunge. Option here to drop that right knee onto your mat. Otherwise, high on those back toes, left knee in line with the left ankle. Hands to mat, stepping back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale as you sweep the left knee to the right elbow and then to the left, and dropping that left leg down to the mat. Untucking the right toes. Knees pressed down into the mat. You can even gaze back to make sure you're in proper alignment. Knees pressed into the mat. Front shin is at a 45-degree angle. Both toes are pointed. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, bring yourself up. Drop yourself onto your left hip. Swing both legs forward. Coming back into Shavasana here. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale. One more time, nice deep inhale. And exhale. Just letting it all go. Giving yourself a minute here to catch your breath. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rolling over to your right side, lifting yourself up with your left hand. Coming up into seated. Hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me in today's class. I hope you had as much fun as I did. It's such a pleasure teaching you. And I can't wait to see you at the next class. Namaste.